Hello Pisces, and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your mid-month reading for the second half of November. So moving out of your fellow water sign Scorpio into Sagittarius season. And we start the second half of November with a very, very beautiful transit, which I think you're all going to feel because the Sun and Mars will be trining Neptune, your planetary ruler in your sign. And this is sort of an energy where you might want to escape, but at the same time, Mars is saying, no, we're taking a different form of action. Mars does want you to be taking action, but it might be something different to what you're used to. So it's kind of interesting. We have the Emperor, focus and stability. This is the Emperor wants to take control, wants to create the order here. So this is an Aries energy with the Emperor. So we're seeing Mars immediately coming in here as we're speaking about it because Mars rules Aries. So focus and stability. Sense of whilst there's this beautiful sense of connection and oneness and could be a very beautiful creative way to start the second half of November, there's also this energy of wanting to put things in order, getting the bigger picture before things get a little bit, trickier moving further into the other half of November because Mars starts to square Saturn at that point. So let's see what's shifting and changing for you, Pisces. You're taking control here and they're saying focus on stability. Okay, we've got Sword Princess, Air Palace, and Cup Prince, Pisces Chariot reversed. Okay, it's saying listen to head over heart. So that's an interesting one. There's new messages, new thoughts coming in, new information coming your way. And even though those feelings are there, there's some new feelings that come with it. And you might be getting nervously excited about it or opening your heart to it. There's this more of an internal emotional response. But mentally, it's like the world will see you. We'll see how you mentally respond to something. So it's almost like we're keeping that divine feminine, though, that inner world a little bit hidden for the moment. We're keeping that close to us so that, this is something precious to me that it's right there. I'm feeling it, but I'm not necessarily letting other people see that this is how I'm feeling. So it's kind of finding that the space between these two different worlds, the outside world and the inner world, and realizing, there is order and information that needs to be processed in the outside world, but also to really honor this very beautiful inner world and the inner feelings that you have. So you might not necessarily need to share exactly how you're feeling straight away. It might be more of a fairly rational conversation, but deep down you've got these feelings. So let's see what else is coming in for Pisces. What else is coming through? So Pisces, I just wanted to let you know that this reading is for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch your 3 of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you a more holistic view of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Pisces. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. Don't take on anything. There will be no extended reading for this reading. It's a mid-month. The extendeds are for the monthly. So here we have the Wheel of Fortune coming in. So it is about a sense of things changing and parts of your world expanding. And I get both very much an expansion of your inner world. It's like, whoa, okay, I'm walking around with this very expanded inner space. But at the same time, I have to respond to people in a way that, makes me, I'm making sense in some way to people. I have to kind of put on this normal veneer, like, yes, we're having a conversation, but deep down I've got all these feelings going on. And so potentially the conversations or the thoughts that you're having might be around expansion and change. You might be thinking I'm stepping into more of an expanded place. And it's crossed by the 10 of Cups. So you're like, I'm not sure if this is making me happy right now, because there's this strange kind of energy of feeling like you're caught between these two worlds, and it feels like something in your life is not quite aligned, but at the same time it's just working out how to do that. In your conscious mind, you've got the 6 of Swords, and this is the card of finding peace, a transition phase of moving on from something that you might have had some turbulent feelings, might have been some drama around it, or just some wavering or wavy feelings around it. But it's like your mind is finding a clear space here for you, so that you're not necessarily feeling quite so unhappy about this, or quite so the word I've got is not feeling sure-footed about how you're feeling about a certain situation here. So you're kind of sensing your way through it, but you're not letting the other person necessarily know this. So we have at the base here, it comes the Page of Swords, which is the Sword Princess as well. You know what, Pisces, I'm going to pull all the cards out, and we've got a lot of swords coming in here, so I can put them up on the screen. But we've got a lot of swords coming in, so there's a lot going on inside your mind. We're seeing, speaking of Four Swords, the Four of Swords. I'm going to move everything down so we've got enough room with Miss Stella here. In the near future, we've got the Six of Pentacles, so a balanced approach is required. Here you are, the Justice card, holding the Sword of Truth, so it's going to be really important for what's going on inside your mind. We have the Queen of Wands, the King of Cups. There's a lot of characters here, the Three of Wands and the Four of Wands, okay, and the Devil. Ooh, okay. Oh, Stella's just gone, no, we don't want the devil in the reading. Let's give the devil the flick. So Six of Cups, devil, Stella's like, no to the devil. No, we're getting rid of the devil. So I think that's actually quite funny, really. But we have as a situation the Wheel of Fortune. Things are shifting and changing, and it's just a sense of so is the way that you're feeling, and expanded feelings around that. And you're not sure if it's making you happy with how something has been going at this moment in time. So it's like in your conscious mind, it's like, are we moving on from each other, or I'm moving on from this situation? What's happening, or how do I move on from feeling this way? Because it feels a little bit like potentially unsettling, I would say. But it's like I really just mentally need to find a clear space and find some peace. At the base, we've got the Page of Swords. So you are getting a lot of messages from what's happening deep inside of you. This is messages that is deep inside, coming up to your conscious mind. You're learning a lot about how you are deeply responding to a situation or a person, and you're definitely getting the message. Absolutely. And it's kind of interesting because in the recent past, we've got the Four of Swords, which is really taking some time out. This is a card of rest and recovery and understanding the story. There's a sort of a bigger picture understanding. You're going through all the details of the story of what's come up for you, but it's almost like understanding you need to lay some things to rest. You need to lay some wounds to rest. And so something's potentially been triggering you here, and you're trying to make sense of it. We have in the near future the Six of Pentacles. So this is where, yeah, you're not letting anybody know what you're thinking and feeling here, but they can see what you're going to do with the Pentacles. So it's like, yes, I'm giving a little bit to this and a little bit to that. It's a very, very balanced approach. I'm not having an extreme reaction here. I'm not doing something that's not fair. So I'm doing what I think is the fair thing in this situation, and giving out just the right amount, or being open to receive just the right amount. I feel kind of like you, because you've turned up as the Justice card as well, that you are the one kind of, yeah, divvying up the fairness, one creating the balanced approach and saying this is what's balanced, this is what's fair in this situation, because you're turning up as the Justice card and you're holding that sort of truth. You're getting the messages here, and you're knowing that you can communicate with what you're feeling deep down. You just might not necessarily have to show them the feelings, but you can communicate about those feelings. So talk about it, because here the Justice card, this character's holding the Sword of Truth and the Scales of Justice. So there is this really strong impartial need for fairness, and a very strong impartial need for the truth and clarity to be here, to be found within a situation. So it's like there might be a few people around trying to push their agenda, or people like thinking it's not fair, but it's like, no, I know what's fair, and this is what's right, and this is what's fair. So the energy around you is the Queen of Wands. And so this is interesting. Stella's going to sit on all the cards now. I need to pull some cards out, Stella. I need to find this King of Cups here, and I just want to pull these two cards, even though she's rejected the devil. But I don't need to see what I'm doing here, Stella. So we've got the Queen of Wands. Absolutely. We're sharing the space, Stella and I, at the moment. But it's like you can't take up all the space. I need some of it as well. And that's very much what that Six of Pentacles is doing. It needs to be balanced. It needs to be fair. So you can take it's all about the give and take within a situation. You can take what you need, but if that's taking a little bit too much from me, I'm going to take what I need back. And so that's kind of this sense of rebalancing a situation in your life. So the energy around you is this Queen of Wands, which I feel like this is the peacekeeper. There's somebody that is like the peacekeeper, or the one that's trying to bring all the energies together in some way. So this Queen of Wands is attracting a situation into their life and then trying to resolve it and work out how to deal with it. Hopes and fears, we have the King of Cups. So again, this is the energy of, there's a lot of emotions there. You can see the ocean underneath the King of Cups. There's like a lot of swirly waves and turbulence. There's like an ocean of feelings. But you're not necessarily the King of Cups doesn't necessarily show everybody that, because he's sitting on this concrete throne, finding the stability, emotional stability amongst a situation where there may be some deeper layers involved. So yes, the hope would be to find some kind of emotion, to manage some emotions and find some kind of emotional safe ground or stability. And so we have as an outcome the Three of Wands and the Four of Wands. It's kind of interesting because the outcomes are all wands and pentacles. So it feels like it's one of those things that it's like there's so much unsaid, unwritten things that are going on here, so much deeper feelings that are going on underneath the surface. A lot of things are being communicated, but there's also things that haven't been communicated, but the results will speak for themselves. These are looking at the results of what's coming in here. And the Three of Wands is when the young Emperor, which is interesting that we have the Emperor coming out as the Three of Wands is the young Emperor. So we had the Emperor card as your main card. This is wanting to take control of a situation, create order where something's been a little bit out of balance. And so here the young Emperor has kind of put some things out there, made some suggestions, some changes, perhaps had a few conversations, whatever it is that was needed, and then waiting for the results after that, waiting for a sense of, has this restored the order in some way? But then it moves straight away to the Four of Wands, which is actually really nice because it moves to the next level. So it's enacted a change. It's no longer staying in this state. And the Four of Wands, we can see the 11:11. We can see the two people coming together with the garland, and they're celebrating around the home. So there is a sense of harmony being restored here. And the Four of Wands asks the question, building a really strong foundation about what it is that you really want from this situation. But it's not only just what you want, it's what the other person wants as well. So there's kind of a compromise or finding the middle ground that works for both of you. So, and it's kind of interesting because we did have the Devil card come out, and I'm not going to read it because Stella's given it the flick and saying, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of something that's kind of quite toxic within this dynamic, or something that's kind of been scary or fearful, or something that's kind of we've both felt a bit stuck with. Let's try and move on from that block, whatever that is, and come back into harmony and alignment and the soul harmony again, which is actually really nice. So yes, and here we have the Six of Cups, which is about emotional balance, regaining emotional balance and harmony again, and going back to an energy of the past, or going back to restoring an energy that from a past feeling that felt good. So yes, it's all about restoring emotional balance and harmony within the situation at this moment, Pisces. So really honor your feelings, trust that you can feel your way through this, trust that you see things clearly, trust that you can be the arbiter, the one that says, no, this is fair and this isn't fair, and feel free to speak up, because that's what this Page of Swords that's come in twice is about: new ways of communicating, new solutions, new thoughts, and new expression, speaking up. So this is where you're going to find the resolution, the peace, and it actually feels like a really lovely energy, but it's about really trusting those deeper feelings and those deeper messages that you're getting, and honoring that and creating the balance and the equality that is needed within a situation in a very it feels very soft and gentle, non-confrontational confrontational, but at the same time, there's a firmness to it. Like, no, I'm not accepting something that's not fair. So it's a beautiful energy, Pisces. So that is your reading. I really feel like diplomacy is the key to any conflict, and to really honor your feelings for anything that comes up that could be challenging when it comes to relationships, that there's an unequal energy around it. So that's your reading, Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments. And if you're interested in a personal reading, what's coming in for you for 2024, the link for my personal services and readings is in the description box below. And take care, Pisces.